Hi, this is Radhakrishnan. Welcome to Python tutorial episode 3. The topics that I want to cover today is control flows in Python language. What are control flows? Control flow or flow of control is the order in which the statements in the program need to be executed. For example, in some cases, we may not need to execute some lines of code, or in some cases, we may need to execute some set of statements multiple times with different inputs. What are all the control flows available in Python language? 1. If condition. 2. While loop. 3. For loop. After explaining all these control flows, I will be writing an IVR kind of option selecting program using all the concepts that we have learned so far. To understand that programming well, you should learn each of these concepts thoroughly. So do not skip the video and please watch till the end. Let's see the control flows one by one. If condition or if statement. The most well-known statement type is the if statement. When will we use if statement? When we want to restrict or execute different types of lines in the code based on the input, we will use if condition. Let's see the syntax of if condition. This is very basic format of if condition where we restrict the lines of code to run only when the condition specified evaluates as true. In this, we have to note three special keywords. These are the key things to note here. The first keyword if. It is a special text or word in Python language to mention the start of the if condition. 2. The second keyword colon. It specifies the start of block or set of lines need to be executed when this condition is true. 3. Actual block of lines start with one or more tab or space from the previous line. Let's see one example of how we can write the if condition. Here I am restricting the print line to execute only when the variable lang underscore option is equal to 1. Let's say I want to add more conditional check and support different types of language options. Can I do that with if condition? Yes, you can use or create more branches of code execution in if condition using elif. This is short form of else if statement. You can mention as many conditions as we want. Else, this is executed when all the above condition is failed. The else if and else are optional branches for if condition. In if condition, at any point, only one block of statement will get executed, either if or any one of elif or else. Then the whole if condition itself is completed. Let's see this with one example. In this example, based on the value available in the variable lang underscore option, any one of the print statement will be executed. If the variable have 1, the first option will be executed. If it doesn't have any of the values 1, 2 or 3, the else print statement will be executed. Now let's see our second control flow statement. While loop. When will we use while loop statement? When we are not sure on how many times the loop will get executed, but we know only the condition when we want to stop the loop. During those cases, we should use while loop. Let's see the syntax of while loop. Same as if condition, while loop also has to start with its own keyword while, and we have to specify the colon to mention the block of lines that needs to be executed when the while condition is true. Here the else keyword is attached with the while loop. That means the else condition will be executed only when the while loop completes successfully. If there is any interrupt, the else condition will not be executed. Let's see one example of while loop. Here, the while loop condition will keep asking the user input until the user give the value 0 or more than 10. As we have print function, we have raw underscore input or input function. It is used to get the input from the user and it returns the input as string. So we have to convert it to our expected type before using it in our program. In this case, I am converting it into integer as it is compared against the integer value 0. When the user gives value more than 10, the break statement will get executed and the while gets interrupted. Because of this, the else will not get executed. Please remember, if you are using Python version lesser than 3, you have to use raw underscore input. If you are using version more than 3, you have to use input function. The third conditional flow is for loop. When will we use for loop statement? When we are sure about the number of times the loop will execute. We can use the for loop to iterate the elements in the iterables. The for loop starts with the keyword for. Here we have to understand what is iterables. Iterables are collection of elements on which we can iterate those elements. Examples are list, tuple, set, map, and so on. Here also, the colon is used to mention the block of lines that needs to be executed when the for loop iterates through the iterables. Let's see one example of for loop. Here, the for loop iterates over the list having multiple programming languages and it prints the programming name with some neat lines. Here, please note the way we are constructing the string. This type of string construction is called string formatting, where the string will be having the templates and we can replace the template text using variables and create new string out of that. Here also, the else statement will get executed only when the for loop completes and it is not interrupted in the middle. I think that without practical coding, understanding these concepts may be difficult. So let's try to create a simple and full user option based programming. And I have attached the link to the source file in the description. Here I am declaring all the variables needed for my programming. I have declared all the options supported in this program using multi-line string. I have provided the following options. Option 1 to print the option menu. Option 2 to print the total list of programming languages supported. Option 3 to print the list of programs that user has selected so far. Option 4 to add the new program in their list. Option 5 to remove the program already added in their list. Option 9 to exit the application. And also I have added a constraint that every person can add up to 3 languages in their list. First, I have declared the while loop with the condition when it should be stopped. When the user provides the option 9, the while condition will become false and it will stop its execution. As a first step inside the loop, I am getting the user input option. When the user provides option more than 9, I am printing an error message and then executing the continue statement. The continue statement gives the control back to its immediate loop and avoids execution of lines below that continue statement. So when the user provides value more than 9, none of the below codes will get executed and control will go to the while loop again. I have written if condition with all the options supported in the main menu. When the user provides option 1, I'm just printing the main menu option template with string format concept. When the user provides option 2, I am printing all the elements present in the supported languages list. When the user provides option 3, I am printing the element present in the user selected list and I have used else condition with for loop just to print the asterisk characters. When the user provides option 4, before adding the element into the list, I am comparing the user selected languages list with the maximum supported languages. If it is fails, I am printing the error to the user. When the user provides the number anything other than the supported option, I am printing an error message to the user and breaking the loop. And finally, I have used the else statement with the while loop to print the messages when the user exits the loop with proper exit option. Let's try to execute the program. As a first step, I am printing all the options available in the program and then I'm trying to validate all the options that I have provided in the program. With option 1, I'm printing the main options. With option 2, I'm printing all the available languages. With option 3, I'm printing the languages that user has selected so far. With option 4, I'm adding the languages that user is giving in the command line. See, the options have been added in the users list. Like that, I'm trying to add 3 languages in the list. When I provide the fourth option to add into the list, the program found that already 3 languages have been added in the list and it is asking the user to remove the already existing program so that the new program can be added. And I'm printing the wrong option. As expected, it has given the error message to the user and I'm typing the option 9 to exit the application. As you can see, I have not completed all the options in the program. So please take the following changes in the program as your today's exercise. 1. In option 4, validation of user selected language is not done. We are adding any string that user provides, but we should check the user input against the supported languages, then insert it into the list. Exercise 2. Complete the option 5. Removal of already existing language from the user selected list. Throw warning when the user provides wrong name or non-existing name in the list. Thank you.